Another fascinating aspect of neuromarketing is the use of neuro-linguistic program or NLP. This involves using specific languages patterns to influence behavior. For instance, using you instead of I in a marketing copy can make customer feel more personally addressed. Well, let's talk about the power of images in the neuromarketing now. Our brain processes images much faster than text. That's why effective ads often use strong, eye-catching visuals. But it's not just about catching the eye. Certain images can trigger specific emotional responses. For example, images of smiling people can make us feel more positive about a product. Now, let's discuss the concept of priming in the neuromarketing. Well, this is when exposure to one stimulus influences our response to another stimulus. For instance, if you see an ad for a tropical vacation right before going grocery shopping, you might be more likely to buy tropical fruits. Another important aspect of neuromarketing is the use of multi-sensory marketing. This involves appealing to multiple senses to create a more immersive brand experience. Well, think about walking into a clothing store with a signature scent, carefully chosen music, and tactile displays. Well, all of these elements works together to influence your shopping behavior. Now, let's move on to the concept of loss aversion in the neuromarketing. Studies shows that we feel the pain of losing something more strongly than the pleasure of gaining something equivalent. And that's why don't miss out. Messages can be so effective in the marketing. Now, let's talk about the power of reciprocity in the neuromarketing. When someone does something for you, we feel compelled to return the favor. That's why free samples or gifts with the purchases can be such an effective marketing tool. Another interesting aspect of neuromarketing is the use of mirror neurons. These are the brain cells that fire both when we act and when we see someone else perform that action. And this is why seeing someone enjoy a product in an ad can make us want to try it ourselves. Now let's discuss the concept of cognitive ease in the neuromarketing. Our brains prefer information that's easy to process. That's why simple, clear messaging often works better than the complex and the complicated ads.